Okay, we're back. I know I said I would come right back and join the two videos together, but it was already 30 minutes, around 30 minutes long. So I said, let me just come back. It's been a couple of days actually, and do the deck interview. So let's just hop right into it. In my new set area, and I thought it would be good so you all can see the spread or see how I lay out the spread. Okay, so again, we've done all the clearing, we've done all the cleansing, we have our mind right, we've shuffled the cards. Now we're going to get into the questions. And so before you get into the questions, always set an intention. Set a sankalpa. They call it in yoga is an intention, right? An intention. So for this particular deck interview, we are setting the intention to connect with the deck, to do a deck interview, to better know the deck, and to see how we can utilize the deck in our life. So that is the intention that we're going with. And if you want, before you pull the cards, you can connect with your third eye, just holding the deck, just thinking your intentions, setting your intentions, whatever feels good for you. And like I said, you can either, continue to shuffle the cards and wait for a jumper to come out, or because we've already cleansed and cleared the deck, I feel that it's ready to go. So, and again, we are doing a deck interview with the Metaphysical Cannabis Oraclé Deck here. And so before I've read the guidebook, before I do anything, we've already kind of given our ashe, slept with the cards, kind of already done all of the things to, start and give our energy. But now we are going to get to know the deck a little bit better. And before we even read the guidebook and to see what the guidebook is all about, right? We're just going to use our intuition first. So I have my journal here. I have my questions ready to go. And so we will get right into it. Let's see if I can prop the questions here so I can see them. All right. Okay. So, it's kind of in the frame. Thanks for being patient with me, y'all. I'm trying to figure this all out. I'll put it right here. Okay, so we're asking the deck the first questions, or I'll give you the questions right now. So the questions are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 questions. And I love the number 6 because it's like coming into a harmony. 3 plus 3 is 6. 3 is the energy of creation. So 2 threes together make perfect harmony is like what I like to think. So the first question is, tell me about yourself. The second question is, what are your strengths? So where can you really help me out? And what are your strengths, right? What are your limits? And what are you here to teach me is number 4. Number 5 is, how can I best collab with you? And number 6 is, what is the potential outcome of our relationship? Okay, so we'll get right into these cards and we'll see what this deck has to say. Like I said, I kind of already know the energy around this deck, and just right before I do pull my cards, I'm just going to use some of that tarot oil I spoke about in the previous video. And so if you're just tuning into this particular deck interview, you can check out my previous video on divining and using divination and cards. You can hear a little bit about my story and how I got into card reading and some different tips and tricks when dealing with the cards, right? So just having a little bit of extra oil and energy going into this before I pull my first card. So the first card, tell me about yourself. So let's see what card this is. Ooh, and the card is the Sorcerer or Revolution. So when you get the card that says, tell me about yourself, when this particular card, you're feeling the intentions for, that particular, for it to kind of like speak to you and tell you a little bit about itself. And so like what it's, we'll get into all the things of what it's here to do, and all of that. But when I say tell me about yourself, what comes to your mind? With anything that comes to your mind, do I have something on my face? There's something on my face, a little bit of oil, a little bit of Terra oil. Tell me about yourself. So in this particular card, I have Sorcery Revolution. Sorcery Revolution. So when I say tell me about yourself to this deck, I feel like the deck is telling me that I am kind of like a tool, a vehicle for you to use. And sorcery is kind of like that magic, you know, like that magic in your hand, right? So it's, for me, what I'm getting is that when you have this deck, I am here to give you different, in the card or the word that's under this is revolution. So not only sorcery and magic is going into the ethers, but it's going to create a revolution. So what I get for this particular card is that we are here to create together, and to, when you're pulling cards, when you're, you know, doing your sorcery, doing your magic, we're creating a revolution for yourself. So that particularly is what comes up for me in this sorcery card. So again, we're pulling this card using our intuition. I'm going to write that down in my journal. Tell me a little bit about yourself, what comes up for me. Write that down before we pull, we look into the guidebook and see what the guidebook has to say. Okay, so that is the first card. Tell me about yourself. What are your strengths? What are your strengths? So I have, the card that popped up for that is Dance Portal. Let go. Let go. And for this particular card, for me, what I'm getting, she's really jovial, she's happy, she's dancing, she's free, and the message under it is let go with this dance portal. So what I'm really getting from this particular card, when I ask it, what are your strengths? The strength of this deck is to be free, to dance. And like I said, I've had this deck, you know, at different parties, and I've brought this and just having a good time with this deck. So its strength is to say, let go of like the traditional ways that you divine, traditional ways that you use the oracle cards. Let it be fun, let it be free, let it be dancing, let it, you know, be in a community where there's party, where there's dancing, so that you can let go of all those, you know, conditions and how you're supposed to read a deck. This deck is not about that. Their strength is to help me be free, and to help me let go, and to help me dance into the magical portal that this oracle deck has for me. So that is what I got from what is its strength. So its strength is to have fun, to help me let go of different things, and just to be in the energy of the dance and the portal and the fun. Next, what are your limits? So this particular card will show me its limitations. Where is it not willing to go? What does it not want to do? So let's see. Ooh, change. So interesting, because I have dance portal, let go, and for its strength and its limit is change, no more. And so for this particular card, it looks kind of serious, right? I don't know if you could see this. This looks like they're going through a transformation, a new rebirth, a new reborn, you know, some deep shit. So, you know, they're in the waters, they're in the depths of their emotions and all of that. So with this card popping out of telling me what its limits, it's telling me maybe this is not good when I want to, you know, dive deep, and I want to change, and I want to do some really transformative work. Its strength is really having fun and being in that dance portal, right? But its limit is deep change, deep healing, deep integration. It's really not here for that. So that's what I get. And it's right on line with the strength card, right? Okay, so what do you have to teach me? What do you have to teach me? Oya, protection. So this is the card that popped up for what does it have to teach me. And so just looking at the spread right here, from Sorcery Revolution, Dance Portal, Letting Go, Numo, change, and what is it here to teach me? So what I'm seeing so far from the spread and from the journey, right? Our spreads are journey from the start to the middle, you know, to the end. So what I'm seeing here is, with Oya coming up as protection for what it's here to teach me, it's here to teach me that I am protected. I am protected, and no matter if I'm in a dance portal, if I'm fun, if I'm out and I'm having a good time with this deck, don't need to worry. It's here to teach me that I'm always protected. And it's always here to teach me that we don't have to always be serious in going through change. That's the limit, right? But it's here to teach me that we are also protected when we're having fun, when we're letting go, when we're in the energy of change, knowing that we're always protected, right? Through the storm, even when we're having a good time, even when, we are in that particular dance portal. It's here to teach me that to have fun with this deck. It doesn't have to always be pulling cards, doesn't have to always be, you know, serious and transformational, coming to the cards with a heavy heart. This card popping up is here that says, transformation. Oya is the spirit of transformation, storms, heaviness. It's here to teach me that there's protection in the fun times as well. You know, there's change, there's, you know, big major shifts that can happen while we're enjoying ourselves, while we're having fun too, which is the energy of this deck. It's just having fun, letting go, just really just enjoying the good times, and knowing that we're protected around this time is what this deck is during those times of fun and you know, joy and vitality. Through all of that, we are still protected, and we are still going through change, and we are still going through healing. So we don't always necessarily need to be in this structured, you know, mindset of different things going on. So how can I best learn and collaborate with the deck? Interesting. So for this particular card, I got Ethan Seduction. So this is for how can I learn and collaborate with the deck? How can I learn and collaborate with the deck? So this is one that my intuition is really curious, right? So I could either pull additional cards for the deck, which I actually might do. I might I'll put these up here, and I want a little bit of more clarity around this. So I am going to, let me go, I have one more card left. So this is how I shuffled, and that's my intention. And the energy on the bottom of the deck, I still have, which is balance. So I'll keep that in mind. And the energy on the bottom of the deck is always speaks to me like it's the ethers, the general energy of this reading. So I'll just keep that right here. But for when I want clarification for a certain card, because how can I first learn and collab with you, Ethan Seduction? So I'm really not getting much from this. I'm seeing, you know, a being, there's people on the ground, it seems like they're trapped. It's giving me the Devil card in the major arcana. So I want to get a little bit of clarity, but I don't want to go to the guidebook as of yet, right? Because I'm strictly using my intuition, but I still want to get the energies around this. So how can I, and it's already speaking to me. So I'll pull these two cards right now. They already popped out because they knew that I needed some, you know, some clarity, right? Okay, so the energies that I have around this is union and alignment. Union and alignment. So how can I best learn and collab with you? So in the midst of seduction, in the midst of temptation, in the midst of feeling trapped in all of this thing, this deck is here to teach me that I can always come to this deck to find alignment. When things get heavy, when things can get tough, I can come to this deck, create a beautiful dance, create a beautiful union. Again, we see the energy of dance, right? Because we know dance is the strength of this deck. So it's reminding me that in these dark times, when I feel trapped, when I feel like I'm being seduced and I'm being, you know, maybe not in this fun energy that this deck really wants me to do, it's reminding me that coming to this deck, this deck is here to teach me that coming to this deck can kind of lift my spirits, can give me that dance portal of letting go. So That's what I'm getting with the seduction card. So when things are rough, things are heavy, and I need more enjoyment and more fulfillment in my life, come to this deck, play around with it, play some music, dance around, let go, and then I will come into the alignment of what I need. By having fun, by dancing, by letting go. It doesn't always need to be a serious journal practice or serious spread, you know, getting your mind right. It can be fun, it can be jovial, and that's really what this deck is about. Is this deck is telling me, and it's here to teach me. So that is the energy that I have for what it's here to teach me. So I'll put that right there. And the last card we have, what is the potential outcome of our relationship? The potential outcome of our relationship. Ooh, clarity. Wow, clarity. This is the potential outcome of our relationship. So with this particular card, I am getting enlightenment. He is happy. Do y'all see this? How happy he is? He's got the scales of justice, you know, truth. He's got a spear in his hand. So he's just like, but he's chilling at the same time. He's a happy, chill, jovial, full of vitality, full of energy, full of joy, full of excitement emperor. Right? I see this after the emperor, but this is a chill, happy, jovial emperor. So, and giving clarity. So what is the potential outcome of our relationship? Through dance, through letting go, through being the sorcerer and creating revolution, that potential outcome of this deck is to have clarity. And it doesn't necessarily have to mean a journal practice, writing things down, doing all of the things. It means through dance, through having fun, through recreational, through smoking, through, you know, shrooms, all of these things, you could still gain clarity. You can still gain clarity. And that is what this deck is here to teach me. And the overall message, or not the overall message, but the ethers, what's in the ethers, what's in the environment, what's in the, it could also be the advice card at the bottom of the deck. So what's in the ethers, it's balance. So we need balance. We need a little bit of the fun, the heavy seriousness of the, you know, traditional Rider-Waite's deck and all the self-care and all the heavy transformational cards. But we also need a balance of fun. Dance portal cards, you know, of sun, of joy, of happiness. So that is to help bring that balance. It's not always heavy. It's going to be some light, right, as well. So I think that's a beautiful, this deck interview is just like beautifully done. And I think it truly speaks to how what I've been intuitively feeling about this deck. And it just, you know, affirmed what I have been feeling around this particular deck, and is that this deck is helping me to be the sorcerer, to create revolution by not being so serious, by creating a dance portal, knowing that it's limitless change, so it's not here to do some heavy shit. It's really not about that. I'm also protected when, even though I may not feel in the energy and the strict energy of protecting this container, Oya is here to let me know I'm always protected. And with seduction, it's reminding me that coming to this deck, it's here to teach me that coming into union with this deck and having fun is creating alignment. It's creating alignment for me, and the potential outcome is to not only be the emperor and to get what I need, but to also have clarity. So have clarity. So that is how I do my deck interview. I hope this was helpful. And then after you've done your deck interview, you can lay the cards out. You can then go into the guidebook, and you can then look and to see, and I really encourage this, to see what the guidebook has to say. Read the acknowledgments, read all of this stuff. Hi, Pippi, did you go potty? Sorry, my daughter just woke up, so I'm gonna have to about that. But I think I was saying, so after you've done your spread and all of that, then you can go into the guidebook and really learn what the author was thinking about when they created the deck. Learn about the energy of the deck. In this particular deck, they have the card meetings, and it's divided up by the meta arcana, the physical cards, the cannabis cards, the oracle cards, the integration cards, and the culture cards. And she even has some information to connect with your deck here. So there's also usually an index, especially for oracle decks, because oracle decks really, like in tarot decks, you know, they're already, a lot of them already have meanings. And of course, each deck creator creates their own different meanings, but it's easy to find where maybe the Queen of Pentacles pops up in a deck. But where does the sorcery pop at the deck? I don't know the meta arcana between the cannabis suit, between the oracle suit. So I would need to use the index if I want to find it quickly, right? So I'll know. In this particular card, it's the sorcery. So I can go to the index and look up the sorcery, and I'll see that it's number 87. And to me, I'm really into numbers, so that means something to me. So 87, right? And 87, the numbers of 8 and 7, so the embodied and the seeker energy. So I'll look and I'll go to 87 and I'll read the deck and see what messages there are. In this particular card deck, there's messages as well as a plant spirit that's associated with it. So you can read the message. You can again write that down in your in your notebook, in your journal, your tarot journal, and really see how the messages and what your intuition was picking up based on how it compares to what the guidebook says, and how that compares, and see if you can find a story or a link between the two. Like for instance, this card is a reminder to breathe. The cannabis plant is a versatile and conscientious and will work in multiple areas of your life since the beginning of civilization. We have had the tools within our natural environment to aid the ailments we may encounter. So that's the message of the Sorcerer card. So based on what I was bringing up as an evolution, like we have the power in our hand is kind of what I was saying. So those are the different links that I was intuitively feeling that also the creator of this Oracle deck wanted me to feel as well. So yeah, that's pretty much how you would connect with the deck. And if you like, again, I mentioned Jesse Ojaji giving the invitation to shuffle the cards in each direction, north, south, east, and west, clockwise, to cleanse the deck. And we can also cleanse the deck and end the cycle by going counterclockwise and shuffling the deck. And in my other video, I did want to mention, I a lot of the time get my right confused with my left. So I did say I split with my right, but I actually split with my left. Okay, so I cut with my left and put together with my right. So that's just a little kind of follow up as I was rewatching the video of how to connect with your deck, how to be in the same energy and the vibe of your deck. So again, this is just a deck interview on the Metaphysical Cannabis Oracle deck. And if you want to check out information on how to start your divination practice, on different tips and tools, make sure you check out the other video, and I'll make sure to link this below. And I also want to say before I close out this particular video, and if you like this, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know, and I will definitely be doing more of these. But one thing I wanted to say in particular around this deck, again, I was enjoying this deck. I was giving my own ashe before I did external research on this deck. And when I did external research on this deck, I found that a lot of people had a lot of issues with this particular deck. Per usual, or per is life. Somebody's always going to find something wrong with the deck. But I was glad that I had journeyed with this deck and already built a relationship before I looked at the critiques and the, what other people had to say about this deck, because we already formed a relationship. So what I saw from outside people, it was, I took bits and pieces from it. And one thing in this deck, she does have a lot of the deities, the African deities like Erazuli Dantor, Yamaya, Oshun. And in one particular card, one of the African deities is white, and it was actually a misprint. And so, you know, as you're looking at different decks, you know, there might be some decks that, you know, the cards are cut off, or there's typos, or there's misspelling. If you can only imagine how much effort it takes to create all of these beautiful decks, just give grace. Give grace to the creators, give love, give appreciation. If it don't like it and it doesn't resonate with you, gift it to somebody. Trash it, you know, do it well. But let's respect the artist, and I definitely respect the artist of this deck. This deck has been helpful for me in this journey of letting go of being in the dance portal, and it's really helped me realize that when I come to the cards, especially for this deck, it doesn't necessarily always have to be in a serious spiritual space. It could be in a fun, recreational space, you know, when I'm partying, when I'm dancing, and that's really what this deck is here to teach me. So I hope this was helpful. If it was helpful for you, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch y'all in the next video. In the comment section, let me know what you're looking for, what you want to see more of, what you want for this channel. Your Zen Wellness Mama is here to serve and to be helpful to you all. So sending so much love until the next time.